talking about go now.
Oh, whatever.
Says third game as a Taijin 1Q.
Enemy. So, fun note. Do you guys remember the misclick stream? I ended up figuring out why it happened. There's a simple thing that you go zoom, zoom, and zoom. And now, you see how everything overlaps and there's the board? This is an extreme example of what happened to me. So here it's at 125%. If I the ray casting whatever, or what however it's used on here, I'm pretty confident it gets messed up when the screen is zoomed in. So if you play with the zoomed in screen, you're clicking thingamajig, the clicking raycast or whatever will actually be flawed. It'll be messed up.
So watch the zoom, you guys.
So don't zoom in on OGS. It'll create misclicks. But it would make for a very funny Clossi punishment. Play a 5Q with 150% zoom.
Was that the team tiny board?
No, I mean like with a lot of zoom where the board's still there, but it's very likely I'll misclick a couple times.
Okay.
I think it'll be funny. So someone's kid is doing good. Cool. Shout out to the Peyton Big Spy kid. Shout out to the kid.
It's Bigsby, by the way.
Bigsby. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce these usernames. Okay, so we're reviewing for white. This is wrong. So, wait, we're reviewing for white. Okay, never mind.
Base, yay!
Huh, a Tanuki. This is a weaker because it has one eye and has a stone on both sides, so it can't make a second eye and me eye. So you should jump. Japanese style would have you fix, but I think you can Tanuki this now, or whatever else you want to play. But you need to jump. You're not okay. Very fast paced.
Wait, go back.
What?
Opening this game is really awkward.
I mean, you've only made one weird move. Other than that, I think it's fine. This one defies our basics. Who can tell me what the Sanrensei basic is? When someone comes in on the Sanrensei, what's our basic Joseki choice? And why?
I don't know this question.
You don't know this question?
No.
How many handicap games have you played?
More than I care to admit. I don't know how to use handicap.
When someone plays in, what have we told you to do against handicap?
Make it die. Or make
No,
it live
make
small.
it die. No one has told you to make it die.
Make it live small.
Make it live small. Alright, yes.
It's around.
Kick them in the teeth. You kick. This way,
What does kick mean, though?
you take your foot and you whack them with it.
I mean, I know
That's
that.
a kick.
Okay, go terms.
A kick is like basically a diagonal attach. That.
Diagonal touch down.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
You basically
So if it's a
you're hitting them.
diagonal touch up, is that a punch?
So a touch is a hit, right?
Yeah. So if it's a
So the
diagonal
reason this one,
touch
the
up.
reason we call this one as a kick is because you're going down with it and you're like using your foot, so it's like you're
Okay.
kicking.
So if it's a diagonal touch up, does that make it a punch?
I don't know.
Nana, you're great.
Nana,
Public service announcement.
I had that announcement so many times, and then I got Kara.
You
And
wanna
guess who
meet-
gets to stay home and play Go?
You want to meet a nice middle-aged gentleman?
No, I wanted to meet a nice middle-aged, maybe not middle-aged, but a nice, nice woman who would work and let me stay home and play Go.
I'm too young and bored for that. Aww.
Yeah, you can't be a Go player. Like, Nana, you're asking in all the wrong places. None of us are going to have good jobs because we're all at home playing Go too. It's the worst environment. This is not the right place to ask.
That's so sweet.
Go to a movie theater. I meet people at the movie theater. Okay, so
Make
you,
sure they're wearing capes.
so you kick them like this. That way you
Yeah,
get
kicker, sir.
a lot of points, and now they're cramped. Like that, right? And look how cramped they are. And look how much lag I have. But they're very cramped. It's very easy to attack. All the exchange rates are very good and very much in White's favor. So it's good for White. So I don't understand why you would back off. You had the advantage. Use it. So I don't understand why you would back off here. See, this is really, really easy for Black. If you would make a base. Like this, to me, seems super, super easy. Go up.
I'm not sure what I was attempting with this move and the following move.
Yeah, I don't know what you're attempting either. Because it looks like you're attempting to make a Mayo. But Kara, tell the class, what's a Mayo? What's the best way to use a Mayo?
I don't know. I don't use Moyos.
What's the best way to use influence?
To just try to swing smack in your own, right?
That's thickness.
Okay.
Influence, Mayo. Mayo is best used for attacking and gaining profit, or basically attacking and making exchanges that are in your favor. I think that's a more accurate way to put it. So the best way to use a Mayo is to attack something and make exchanges that are in your favor. Like, that's everyone's dream with a Mayo. That's the textbook answer. That's the best thing you can ask for with a Mayo. I mean, there are other ways to use it, but that's the best one that you can ask for. So, simply attack something and make exchanges that are in your favor. Just something like that. And all of a
Don't
sudden,
you
look at
normally
that.
yell at people for peeping though?
What? Peep when it puts them in bad shape and puts you in good shape. Like, not every peep is bad. Just don't peep without a reason. The reason here, make him heavy.
Okay.
If he's heavy, then it's more difficult to sacrifice. But if you want to just surround, then you could take Kara's advice and just go like this. This is also possible.
Well, it was a question from me because normally you're
Just-
like, no, don't peep, that's bad.
This move might. Oh, no, you can't do that move. Haha. So Kara might be right. You can do this. It's still fine. Just looser. I prefer making my opponent heavy though. So that's eye space. You're also taking the Tiger's health, so. So this is building a Moyo, but you're not using the Moyo. So you keep building a Moyo, but you're not using it. So I think, yes, it's good to build the Moyo, but the Moyo's purpose is not being utilized. So I feel like you don't understand how to, like, you understand how to build a Moyo, but you're not understanding how to use it.
Got that Moyo mojo.
What?
Got that Moyo mojo, yo. You know what mojo is, right? It's like
Mojo Jojo.
mojo is like good vibes, good feeling. Got that Moyo mojo.
Well, okay, whatever.
That's
This
not
is
good.
fine. He's just making you weak, so you want to get a little bit faster here. No, there's a lot. Yeah, I would play a little bit faster. I would play Sawaki here. That's really heavy. What about like running this way? That way it builds a Moya while you run. That's possible. But yeah, just jump out, fix weak grip. During the game, I wasn't sure where to play. Looking back, I should have pressured Black's only weak group at E14, trying to build something that way. Yes! What? Oh! Okay. I
I'm saying the
misunderstood.
group is at E14, not you should play at E14.
Yeah, I misunderstood Wickham for a second. But yeah, cool. Sorry to hear that. But yes, attack the weak group. Mayo to attack a weak group would be very, very fantastic. He said maybe something like that. That would be good. That one's wrong direction. You want to push in, you want to build the Mayo. But I suppose you want to chase him into the Mayo? I don't know. I feel like just building Mayo on such would be good. That move's nice. Split. Ooh, surround. Yes. Yes, very good for white. Very good for white. Tiger's Mouth. Yeah, you want to keep it weak, but this is a big point, the Tiger's Mouth. And then you can just jump. And that's a lot of Moyo, but if you play here... Oh no, he can't make the Tiger's Mouth. Because there's a double peep. Oh yeah, that's great. Then yeah, of course play here. Okay, yeah, your move's good. Oh, now I can play Tiger's Mouth. Aw. Oh well. Either way, I still think it's better than just ignoring the weak group. I still think attack's good. Like, regardless, I think this is a good result for white. Black is forcing white to surround. But white, you're falling for a trap. Look at your weak group on the right. What's happening to it? He said... Yeah, he wasn't worried about the cut. Yeah, I'm not worried about the cut either. What I am worried about is the weak group on the right that's, about to die. Weak groups. Weak groups are important. What about this? And if Atari connect and cut, I don't think white will die. White should be good. So you can do that. And then black's counter
What about the other target?
is actually the double high, which threatens the double Atari. So you connect, I connect, but then you have this weak group that's running into thickness, which is not great. So this weak group's bothersome. So you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
The only two problems this game are ones that got pointed out early on. One, he didn't fix his weak group, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other, he didn't attack soon enough. So the only two problems are actually the weak groups. So
which is literally like 2/3 of the Clossi approach.
yeah, it's literally 2/3 of the Clossi approach. It's 2/3 of the Clossi approach, guys. It's the weak groups. Weak groups are important. All right. So what does that tell us? That tells us that
Somebody needs to brush up on their Clossi approach.
Well, yeah, but it tells us in just the first 40 to 50 moves we can see these mistakes happen. But it also tells us that the rest of your game is good right now. Well, so far up to this point, the rest of your game is fine. You made big moves. You got corners. You played Joseki shapes. You played all kinds of normal moves, but you ignored the weak groups. So what's a good metaphor for this? For dancing around the fight, but not actually fighting. I got nothing. Oh, I got something. Okay. So imagine you're in a martial arts tournament, right? It's you and your opponent. And you know those guys that like to show off in movies that are like, whoa, 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 with the nunchucks or whatever, and they're just doing all the cool looking stuff, but they're not attacking, they're not hitting the opponent. They're setting up whoa, looking cool. Everyone's like, yeah, they look awesome. I can't wait to see what he does in the fight. but he never actually fights.
Here, hold on.
And then you get no videos, no videos.
It's all of
no,
them.
no videos. We got to stay on topic. Only metaphors.
What is a metaphor?
I'm not letting you get me distracted from the website. Okay, so you're dancing around and making a lot of good setups and a lot of good positions, but you're avoiding the fight. You're avoiding the fights. You're avoiding defending. You're avoiding attacking. So you're avoiding the fights. And that's not what you want to do. Timing's important, yes, but you still have to do it at some point. You can't avoid the fight forever. And the longer you wait to fight, the more difficult it is going to be to fight, if that makes sense. So, yes, you're attacking the left, but now your right side's also very weak. So you went from having an advantage to the fight to now both players are attacking something. So it's tough to say who has the advantage. Well, this group's dying, so of course if this dies, white has an advantage. Careful. Yeah, the left side's questionable. Don't let him live in Sente. Is this still alive? It shouldn't be, right? There's no way it's still alive. I can live in one move. Okay, not alive yet. There we go. Ooh, a counterattack. Using thickness to attack, and I'm assuming the profit's going to be to save something, to help his weak group on the right. Let's see if he does that. I'm not a fan of that. I would have sacrificed the top to attack the right. Alright, and that looks pretty good profit to me. This is all straightforward and very easy for white. White's doing great. You know what's funny? This is only like the only mistakes that I really had an issues with.
Yeah.
Was the fact that he was avoiding fights. But as soon as the fight started, he completely outplays his opponent.
Nice.
So he can definitely fight. But it could have... I think if you had fought someone stronger, it would have been a lot more difficult for you. So you're definitely better at fighting than this guy. But I'm still of the opinion that you should have started the fight sooner on the left, and you would have had actually more support for the right by being the only one that was fighting, or being the only one attacking. But the fact that black could defend while making, or black was pushing you in the center, making thickness in the center, and attacking the right was a little scary. Now, I don't think black did it well, and also black ignored his weak group as well, so I think both players ignored the weak groups, and black just ignored them more. So I think white definitely had an advantage this game. White definitely fought very well, but I think both players didn't defend the weak groups soon enough, and white could have attacked sooner. Later. What is that? That's
music.
That's music.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, it's music. I gotta turn that down. Okay, yeah, that was scary. So I think, don't be afraid to fight. It's so fun on screen with music.
Freaked everyone out. Okay, I'm not the only one.
That's funny. Oh, we lost Mrs. Clossi, so let's get her away. Okay, so I think how to play. You have a lot of good basics. So I recommend doing two things. One, having a little bit more power in your fights. So, so doing it a little sooner, and having a little bit more power. Don't let your opponents be able to nuke you so easily. And 2, fight with stronger players. Because until you get punished for waiting to fight for too long, you won't understand why you have to fight sooner. Because I think the guy that you played is probably a rank weaker than you, if not 2 ranks weaker than you. At least from what I can see right here. He looks like at least a rank weaker than you. So he's a little bit lower level than you. But that's just what I saw so far. Uh-oh, did you get tricked? What? What? There's a cut, right? I mean, there's like a gaping cut right here. So why are we not playing this Atari? Yeah, why are we not playing this? This would immediately kill the cutting stones. Then white's alive and black is struggling to live with 0 eyes. If we do this, then we can actually make an eye in Sente. Oh, not in Sente. Yeah, make an eye in Sente. And then... what's the best way to do this? Fix. If black tries to fix, you live. And if black tries to live, or tries to cut you, then black's going to die. Very likely black's going to die. Ah, you thought it was me, nope. Lots of reading here. Okay, so this is too dangerous for white, right? So we don't want a situation that's this dangerous. So what can we have done different? What could white have done different? Because this situation is really dangerous. First off, can we play this move? Or can we do something over here? Yes. We can actually just go bamboo joint. And if black tries to cut us with anything, black will die. Like black loses his capturing race, no matter what. So black has to jump. And now the question becomes, are we alive? So if I simply cut right here. No, that doesn't work. Or do I just surround? Lots of reading. So if we read this, I feel like white has an advantage though. Like, my gut feeling is that white has an advantage in this fight. I also feel that white should have surrounded and been more severe here. So, first instinct, Hane. But there's potential Ataris. if the Ataris work, then we can just Nobi, give him one more liberty, and then Hane. Right? But I'm not convinced that the Ataris work. So let's read those. Atari. Connecty. Okay, so I'm sure everyone's like, what about this Atari? Well, if he plays this Atari, I'm just going to sacrifice. And then live. I'm satisfied with this result. So that's why I'm like, I don't think black will... Well, if I get this, then of course I'm happy with it. But can black do anything else? That's what I'm looking at. I don't think so. I think it's the best black can do. So I think it becomes very easy for white to do that. And if black tries to get greedy and do something like this... Can I just go here? That's a lot more to read too. Let's just go here. So this is a lot of reading, right? This is something you would have to do in the game too, so it'd be really hard to do. So let's go back a little bit more then. See if we can find a way to simplify it even more. Lots of reading things here. Like there's also this move. The Nobi's cool. I don't think there is a way to simplify it. I think it's just going to be a capturing race thing. What if I Hane right here? That's cool. Okay, so for this situation, I think I cannot tell you the best move. But I can tell you the best strategy, and that is read as much as you can. No matter what level you are, if you're in this scenario, that's the best thing you can do. Your priority is live with your group. Don't die. If you happen to kill him, great. But if you can only make 2 eyes, just make 2 eyes. It's your only priority. But you have to read a crap ton. I would spend like 5... for this entire situation, I would probably spend like a half hour. Like if I was in a tournament or something, it would probably be at least a half hour. Because every move I'd be spending for several minutes. Don't read. Kill.
Double digit Q thinking? Yeah. Like, I don't need to read. I can just kill it.
Yeah, I would need to read a lot of moves here to play. I'm also, when I teach, I'm a teacher of concepts, not of exact moves. And that is because I am not strong enough to tell you the best move. I can only tell you what the goal should be. I feel like I'm strong enough to tell you the goal, but I'm not strong enough to tell you the exact moves. But there's definitely a lot of reading here. Whoever can read better is going to win this fight.
Salvatore said that they both read wrong and then ended up working out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. This is a very, very complicated fight. Can you not? Yeah, definitely. Whoa. There's so many things I want to do. So many things I want to read. Okay, I hate this move. I really hate this move. If you can do anything else that works, then don't do this move. This move is like peeping. It's peeping a cut. And I hate peeping cuts. If you have to do it, you have to do it. But let me ask you this. Are those 6 stones bigger than this whole group? If you Nobi and you die, then there's a problem. So I feel like this group's bigger than these 6 stones. Now, if this is the best move, it's the best move. I can't really do anything about that. But I will say my instincts are screaming at me that I don't like this move. Something's wrong with this move. It's just peeping a cut. It's not fixing your weak group. And it gives him liberties. There's so many things I don't like about it. If you have to do it, you have to do it. But I really hate it. Yeah. What? What just happened? Yeah, you're not on the stream. Sit up. I'm confused.
Why?
Do you remember earlier I said black would connect, and then white would take, and then black would connect? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. But Sean, what level are these players?
2Q. They can read. Mostly.
I was gonna say if they're like double digit keys, that's probably what I would have played too. But that now that comes out as an insult.
I mean, I'm looking at this. I've been looking at this for a while.
That's the misread that he was talking about, that black misread. And it ended up working out.
Yeah, but I can understand white misreading the Miai. I don't understand black misreading 2 moves. This is a 2-move read. Like, this can't happen. This can't happen. White just, everything's fine for white. Like, 2 moves, everything just like, I'm good. I'm golden. I have every advantage now in this fight. Like, I can't believe this move was played. It blows my mind. Like, how fast was this game? Does white need to cut? Yes. Yes, Introvix, white needs to cut. Because black, if he connects... assuming there's not a Tsuji here, black has more liberties than white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Black should win this capture.
Not that cut.
J9. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one I can see that they might not see because it's a Tsuji, right? And it's a difficult read. So I can understand a misread there. I can understand misreading the Miai because it's a few moves deep. But this is a 2-move deep sequence. Like, all you have to do is read 3 moves. You read 1, 2, and 3. 3 moves deep. A 2Q should be reading like 5 moves deep. Or more. I don't know. I don't understand black. Okay. But how to play it. Yeah, that was not a Miai. That wasn't a Miai. But, okay, so how to play, got a little bit lucky here. But there's a lot of interesting, like, questions there. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about this fight. A lot of interesting things to read. You read black being dead. Okay, let me ask you a question. If that black center is completely dead, is there any chance that you can lose? The answer is absolutely not. So I would just be like, I don't care. You're staying dead. Just keep it dead and you win. Right? That's all you have to do. Just keep it dead and you win. So why even take the chance of giving him some space to live? I would be like, no, I don't care. There's not going to be a co-threat that you can live. You're not going to, like, make me self-Atari somewhere, hopefully, and live. I'm going to make this as tight and as secure as possible. Normally that's a good style, but I will say I think you're a little too focused on territory. And I don't want to say you're a lot too focused. I only want to say a little too focused. The reason I say that is at the start, you were going for points, and you did it well, but you were ignoring the weak groups. And weak groups are a little bit more important. But at the same time, I don't want you to not play big moves. Because you play a lot of territory moves, you get a lot of territory, it's very fast, and very good, very efficient. But you're missing the fights. Well, now you need to find a balance. There's a very fine line you need to walk. And the stronger you are, the closer you need to walk to that line. Granted, I'm also an aggressive style myself. So maybe I'm just a little bit biased. But at the same time, you ignored the group on the right, and you got in a lot of trouble on the right. So I'm pretty sure this game speaks as proof for my earlier comment that the right side group needed defended. So I think finding a balance would be important for you. Now, as for this move actually isn't about what's the biggest move. Because you're absolutely right. If he's dead, this is big. It's about, do you trust yourself to finish the game without making a single mistake and accidentally letting that group live? I wouldn't trust myself. I'd be like, no, I'm not taking any chances. You're staying dead. This might be a little bit bad style, and it's not good to use all the time, because if it's a close game, it's definitely bad. But if you just say, I play here and I'm 20 points ahead, there's no chance for me to lose, then I would just do it. I would have made a mistake. Okay, I mean, if you trust yourself...
That's sarcasm, Sean.
Yeah, if you trust yourself, then you can do that. If you're a pro, you can do that. But we're not pros, and I'm not a pro, so I would just be like, I'm keeping them dead. I want no chances. I mean, you're not wrong. Hey. You remember that mistake I was talking about? What would you do if black plays right here? Yeah, you remember that whole mistake thing? If black plays right here, what do you do?
Very important.
E4. Yeah, I suppose that works. Yeah, so I think there's a response. You just go right here, right here, right here. This is the I think the response. And then I go right here, and right here, and you're still dead. But all of a sudden I'm making eyes. So all I need is a co. So now I'm just one co away from life. Before, black was just straight up dead. But now black is one co away from life. Very scary. I'd be scared. He's still dead, but he's only one co away from life. So, too many risk. Also, don't push here if you can push here. This push is much better. That way there's 0 eyes. Here it's half an eye. Like, if he connects, it's half an eye. And the other one was 0 eyes. So, why even let it happen? It's scary, isn't it? Look at you.
I don't like cuts.
Okay, all of a sudden, let me just point out something right here. All of a sudden, he connects, right? Now, remember this first move right here? You got maybe this much territory for it. You just lost that much territory trying to keep it dead. So the little Aji you left cost you just as much as you gained. So mistakes are made. Yeah. So you made a mistake. Justifies my point. You're not a pro. You're gonna make mistakes. Because I wouldn't trust myself not to make a mistake. So yeah. And then black goes and makes more mistakes. Hey, there's that ko. Don't try to win that ko because trying to. Oh well, no, he doesn't even have a ko life anymore. Black's just dead. Like black doesn't even have a ko for life. Okay, so is that it for this game? Is there anything else? I don't think so. Anyway, you definitely made a little scary position there. I was scared. But yeah, I do.
Nightmares about it be triangles, so.
I do think. I do think that you are stronger than this opponent, so you need to play stronger players. But I also think you're a little afraid. Like in this game, you were afraid of fighting. Now you said you fought too much before. I'm a big fan of your basics for making points, and I'm a big fan of your fighting during the fight. Okay, I'm maybe not a big fan, not your greatest fan, but I'm like a regular fan of your fighting. I would buy your CD, if that makes sense. I wouldn't, maybe not go to your concert, but I'd buy a CD. So your fighting's decent. Cool.
You're so weird.
But you're scared of balance, I guess. You're scared of balance. I don't know. You need to find a happy balance. So like I said, timing's important.
Yay for one time.
But I recommend trying to be more aggressive in Sente and still getting to those big moves. So my recommendation is attack more, but do it in Sente. Try your best to do it in Sente. And then still get to your big moves. Like, still get the big moves you're getting, but just get something for free in Sente. Are you gonna go to sleep?
No.
You're going to
I'm
sleep.
awake.
You're awake?
I'm awake.
You're just bored. Because we're talking about Go, and you got bored. It's because we're not talking about stars
Well,
and space and
I was
cool
trying to talk about Go, and you were like, nope, you can't input funny stuff. So.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
White
watching
said he ignored because there's nothing on top. So let's see what he did.
He said he thought it was alive. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah. That's not alive. So you remember that trusting yourself not to make a mistake? Maybe don't trust yourself that much. Because now it's a capturing race. And you know those extra liberties he could have gotten if Black was a little bit smarter? He could have gotten those liberties. Well, this would have screwed you over and cost you the game. Because you went from I'm going to win like 100% to I hope I win this capturing race because if I don't, I lose. Yeah, if you lose this capturing race, it's game over. I'm just gonna point that out.
If I don't trust myself, who will trust me? Oh, this is sad.
You have to trust your reading, but you also I don't know. Yeah, but this is a capturing race. If you can play one move and be 20 points ahead, and have it's like AlphaGo. AlphaGo plays the moves that give him the highest winning percentage, not the greatest point advantage. So that's something that actually people have been studying from AlphaGo, is AlphaGo, and that's something we can actually think about in this game. Yeah, trust your reading, but read correctly. AlphaGo picks a move that gives the highest winning percentage, but not the greatest point advantage. He'll actually play moves that are bad when he's winning, just to increase the percentage even if it lowers the advantage. Does that make sense? So he's not trying to get the most points over his opponent. He's trying to secure a victory. Winning, AlphaGo's mindset is winning is greater than points. And I think this game can show you it's an interesting example. I cannot say if AlphaGo's right or wrong. I cannot say if that way of thinking is right or wrong. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a Go philosopher. I guess would I be a Go philosopher? I don't know. Anyway, but it's an interesting idea to think about. You're not trying to win by a lot. You're trying to win. As long as you win, whatever gets you closer to having more points than your opponent at the end is the best move. And from AlphaGo's perspective. So I think that might be an interesting way to approach this. Yes, you were ahead, and yes, you could have gotten more points, but it lowered your chances of winning if a mistake came about. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree with AlphaGo. I actually agree with it. But I can't say, yes, it is the best way of thinking, because I can't prove it, and I haven't heard any pros specifically say that it is a better way of thinking. And then you get into mathematics, and I know mathematicians would argue that the greater point advantage is the greatest advantage, but it's really interesting to say.
AlphaGo and I programmed with moms. Winning isn't everything.
Either way, try to remember that you want to win. You're not trying to win by the biggest amount. You're trying to win in the most accurate way. Or no, the highest percentage way. So whatever gets you secures that victory, in my opinion, is a better move than maximizing the points. It's just 98% of the time getting more points maximizes the victory. If that makes sense. What you doing?
I like capturing races, it's fun.
You like capturing races?
I like watching them.
A Tanuki. Hold up. You're gonna play Tanuki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, you can Tanuki that. That's fine. You still trust yourself? No, this one's a little bit more obvious. This is just counting the liberties. This one's fine.
How to play? Is that a sassy snap? Like, I feel like that's what that is, or like a hello, but in that. The little like, whatever.
Equals. It's like It's like this. Look.
Oh. See, to me, it looks like sassy snap, fabulous. My trust cannot be swayed. See?
No, it's not a sassy snap. It's
Well, Agent Nay is like hello wave. Has all of my weird emoji stuff in my head screwed up. So.
Well, Agent A has circle.circle/. That's 2 eyes and a hi. That's not just Agent A's. It's an internet thing.
I don't internet, okay? I have no friends, real or online. You're all I've got.
You have them. They like you.
Yeah.
They like you more than they like me.
I doubt that.
They like my knowledge. They just don't like me.
That's not true. You're great.
They like you more than they like me. Ugh. What? Why? Just go here. I mean, I guess there's not a difference, but this is. Don't give your opponent forcing moves. It's just co-threats. Don't give your opponent co-threats. Black should resign. Black's not resigning. White's like, I don't care. And Black's like, I do. And White's like, I'm gonna win. And Black's like, I think I have a chance.
Oh, pretty flute.
Alright, I think that's it for this game.
What is this music? What is this song?
Anyway,
it's like rap and
it's a good game, but yeah, I think work on that balance. Try to add some aggression to your very fast-paced territory style.
I'm assuming this
and
is
then balance it.
music. Entrovix has some really interesting pace, but this sounds like an Entrovix song.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think that's Portuguese again.